In this lecture, we are going to see how to optimize the static resources of our website. We are going to use a plugin called Auto Optimize to minify HTML, CSS, and JavaScript files on our website. As usual, go to Plugins and then click Add New. Search for Auto Optimize and look for the spelling here. In Auto Optimize, there is only one O, which is common for Auto and Optimize. You need to install this plugin by Frank. This another plugin, Auto Optimize criticalcss.com PowerUp, is a premium feature, and so we are not going to use this. So let's install this Auto Optimize plugin alone. Once installed, click Activate. Once we have activated this plugin, let us empty the page cache from our W3 Total Cache plugin. Now we can go to Settings and then Auto Optimize to configure this plugin. First, let's enable Optimize JavaScript code, Optimize CSS code, and Optimize HTML code. These are the three basic options, but let us click on Show Advanced Settings to view the advanced settings. You need to enable this aggregate.js files setting so that all the JavaScript files are loaded as non-render blocking. This is one of the essential recommendation by Google PageSpeed Insights, so we need to enable this. And for now, let's not enable the rest of the options under JavaScript options, as we are going to use a separate plugin to optimize JavaScript more. Coming to CSS options, like JavaScript, we need to aggregate CSS files too. So enable this option, and we are going to inline the CSS in the HTML. So enable this option too. To make it non-render blocking, we need to inline all the CSS. Scroll down, coming to miscellaneous options. Check all the three options and click Save Changes and Empty Cache. Under miscellaneous options, the first option is to save those aggregated JavaScript and CSS files as static files so that they can be cached and served in a faster manner. Coming to the second miscellaneous option, that is minify excluded CSS and JS files. There are some default CSS files that are excluded from Auto Optimize. Similarly, there are some default JavaScript files too. Though they are excluded from all the comprehensive Auto Optimize features, we can just choose them to be minified by enabling this option. After installing and configuring this plugin, if your site breaks, then this is the first option you need to disable and click Save Changes and Empty Cache button. So try disabling this only if your site breaks after installing and configuring this plugin. Otherwise, just leave it enabled. Coming to the third option, optimize for logged in users. If you enable this option, then your site will be optimized even for a logged in user like an administrator or editor like you. So you don't need to visit your website in some incognito window to check whether it works or not. So let us hit this Save Changes and Empty Cache button again, and let us move on to Images tab. Well, we can use this Optimize Images, and we can change the image optimization quality to lossy, and we can load WebP in supported browsers, and we can use this lazy load images too. But the thing that you need to know is we are already using Jetpack's Photon feature to optimize images and A3 lazy load plugin to lazy load images. And also we are using Tiny PNG's Compress JPEG and PNG images plugin to compress images. Those three plugins do this job separately, and they do a much better job than this Auto Optimize integrated features. That's why we are not going to use these here. Coming to Extra, select Combine and Load Fonts asynchronously with webfont.js option to serve non-render blocking Google Fonts. We have already opted to remove emojis and query strings from static resources under Speed Booster pack itself. So we don't need to enable these options too. Now click Save Changes. Let us once delete this auto-optimized cache and purge all caches from W3 total cache. Now let's visit our website and see whether it works flawlessly without breaking our site. The lazy load works and the styles are intact. Google font is working too. So everything is working, which means the minification of HTML, JavaScript, and CSS is working well. So after installing W3 Total Cache, compressing images and optimizing the images, and also finally installing Auto Optimize to minify HTML, JavaScript, and CSS files, we have got 95 score for mobile and 95 for desktop too. When we scroll down, we can see a further opportunities by reducing the server response time and eliminating render blocking resources. You can see the render blocking resources are from A3 lazy load and jQuery.js. Asynchronously loading this jQuery JavaScript file or by deferring it, we can make it non-render blocking. But we need to do this carefully because making it non-render blocking may break some of the functions that depends upon jQuery in our website. So let's see how to asynchronously load the JavaScript files in our website in the next lecture.